Hello, one and all, and welcome to another episode of MMA Vision Analysis. This one, I'm here to talk about UFC 301's main event in the lightweight division for the lightweight belt between the champion Islam Makhachev and title contender Dustin the Diamond Poirier. But before getting started, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification to get all of this that is new from this channel, your channel, the one and only MMA Vision Analysis. This fight was a fight that was spoken about a lot, and I'm super stoked to see this one being official on the first major card after UFC 300. UFC 301, I believe, is going to it's going to blow everybody away because we have so many great fights. And just because the marketing is not going to be the same as it was for UFC 300, we cannot take credit away from Islam versus Dustin, because this one's going to be a very interesting fight. And also, we have Paulo Costa, Sean Strickland, which is also another crazy fight on that card. Those two fights alone are perhaps set to make the night. Probably both of those fighters are going to turn out to be perhaps some of the best fights in recent memory. And I stand by this. The reason I say this, first, because of Islam and Dustin Poirier, we have the classic grappler. Generally speaking, Islam Makhachev is a grappler. Okay? And if he decides to stand toe-to-toe with Dustin Poirier, then I think Islam Makhachev is in for a heck of a surprise, and I believe that he cannot stand toe-to-toe with Dustin Poirier in terms of boxing abilities, speed, and movement. In those three categories, I really do believe that Dustin Poirier perhaps has the slight advantage. Dustin is definitely the better boxer, so it's going to be a no-brainer for Islam Makhachev to perhaps shoot for takedowns. I would say 50 to 60% of the duration of the fight, however long it lasts. You have to expect Islam to shoot for takedowns. This is just what's natural for the guy. He's a grappler. Naturally, he's going to shoot for takedowns, especially if the opportunities present themselves. And I can say this. If Islam is successful in taking Dustin down, we all know how that goes. So he takes you down, and then he sits on you for 3 to 4 minutes and kills the round. In the judges' eyes, they cannot score the round. Obviously, they're going to have to score it for the guy who's being dominant in that position, which is the guy on top, normally speaking. So if this is the fight that we're getting ready to unfold, it's going to be a very boring night indeed. Now, Dustin Poirier, I believe, took a lot of lessons from the fight with Khabib Nurmagomedov, which is the better fighter in my opinion. And going into the fight with Islam, I hope that Dustin prepares for takedowns, 1, and 2, utilize knees. I believe knees against grapplers are extremely effective. I do understand that we're not talking about an average grappler here. We're talking about some of the best in the world. Islam Makhachev is perhaps definitely the best in the world after Khabib Nurmagomedov. I do understand people have their own opinions. I'm only sharing my opinion, and I am talking about the champion of the lightweight division, Islam Makhachev, which has proved himself to be one of the best grapplers and one of the best fighters in the game, period. So in terms of grappling, even if Dustin was to utilize knees, he has to be very careful because there is a huge chance of him being taken down with single legs in those kind of positions. But I believe that Dustin has to make this fight an ugly fight, and he has to prevent takedowns like his life depends on it. That's for certain, because I would not expect Islam Makhachev to stand toe-to-toe with Dustin Poirier trying to outstrike Dustin. I could be wrong. This is only the way that I can envision the fight in this particular moment. If you made it this far, I appreciate you for sticking around. Please let me know what you think in the comments, and like, subscribe for more.